Hey everybody, we're live, and as I promised, this is the third video for tonight, all live streams. Thank you all very, very much for joining me and talking about this issue, breaking some stories. Like, for example, I got a picture. First of all, let me introduce. And talking about this issue, breaking some stories. Like, for example, I got a picture. First of all, let me introduce.
What the fuck is that, man?
Well, you know what happened was I had the video on over here to put it on social media, although it goes on automatically. There's certain areas I want to make sure it goes, but I forgot to deactivate the sound. Okay, so that happens. So when that happens, I simply say, it's so nice, I had to say it twice. Because it was. All right. But anyway, I'm introducing my good friend Seneca Scott, who's got his FBI hat on. And so, first of all, before we get started with our reaction video, because I want to get his reaction to what happened as it plays, because I haven't shared mine with anyone. I want to share mine with my friend Seneca and vice versa, and with you all. But before we begin, you called it. You put out on Twitter 6 hours ago the attorney was going to leave. What are your thoughts?
Well, there's only a few reasons why your lawyer would cancel you. And first off, let me say, Oakland side's busted. They tried to muddy the waters with their little article talking about maybe Ty will fire him and maybe he fire her. No, the evidence is in the video we're about to watch, where Leah Hansen said they're not taking questions under the lawyer's advice. So what lawyer, if she already got rid of him, doesn't have another lawyer yet? Yep. So Tyler's a liar. Anyway, roll the tape. Let's go.
You got it. Okay, folks, here we go. Here is Chief of Staff to Oakland Mayor Sheng Thao, Leah Hansen, who is also, did you know she's an executive at My Church Glad Memorial? But at any rate, shocking, you would say.
But the lady who called everybody losers in the recall, the 41,000 voters who signed it plus.
Poor choice of words on her part, don't you think?
I bet.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ms. Hansen to start.
I'm Leah Hansen.
By the way, thank you very much, KTVU, for allowing me permission to broadcast your honest, clear, and succinct presentation of what happened.
Chief of Staff, as I shared earlier, the mayor will read a statement. We will not be taking questions at this time. If you have questions regarding the city business following this press conference, you can reach out to the mayor's office and we'll be happy to respond. Comments today will be focused on the shooting at Lake Merritt and the FBI raid of the mayor's home. Again, I will ask respectfully, the mayor will not be responding to questions following her statement at the advice of her attorney. Thank you.
At the advice of her attorney. She looked nervous. Here we go.
Good morning. First and foremost, I want to take this opportunity to speak directly to Oaklanders about the events that have taken place over the last few days. On Wednesday night, a large, unsanctioned gathering at Lake Merritt turned violent. Many people were assaulted, including over a dozen struck by gunfire. I am sickened by the senseless acts of violence. And I want every Oaklander to know that we will work hard to ensure that those responsible are held accountable.
How many hours later?
Those who are battling.
Then top the tape.
In our whole city.
Notice you didn't mention the 2 murders that happened last night.
No, and not only that, she was at the Battery on Juneteenth in San Francisco.
Oh, not in Oakland.
Right. Let's continue. Yeah.
The next morning, as we were dealing with this trauma of the shooting at Lake Merritt, our city woke up to the news that the FBI had raided the home that I share with my partner and our family. You all deserve to hear directly from me about this event. I plan to be 100% transparent and cooperate fully with this investigation. And I want to be crystal clear. I have done nothing wrong. I tell you with confidence.
So here's what you're gonna see. All right, and that's why I accepted this call. we're going to dissect. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, of course. I think you can. Yeah,
So
you can.
we're going to dissect this personality trait here. Can you see me?
I can see you. You want me to do like this?
Can you see my screen? My screen here.
Oh, hold on a second. You know what? I'm doing this. I'm doing. Whoops. Wait a minute. Go here. Then go back here, and then you've got. I can't. Wait. Now I can see it. God, I'm brain dead today.
Okay. So DARVO is an acronym for Deny, Attack, Reverse Victim, and Offender. It's one of the diabolical narcissist personality types that Sheng Thao absolutely exhibits in every way. And this video, we're going to break it down step by step. She's already done the first right here, deny. We'll come back to the rest. Attack, reverse victim, and offender.
And Monty Mason says, why were there not any police presence at Lake Merritt during Juneteenth revelry? And why did her administration not engage in any pre-event anti-violence outreach and security? Good question considering 2020. Let's continue with the mayor. Oops, sorry about that. Let's continue with the mayor and Ms. Hanson in this. And so what's going on? I thought I added that to stage. Let me add it back to stage. There we go. All right. Like I said, long day, not much sleep. Here we go. Take that away. Okay. There.
Investigation is not about me. I have not been charged with a crime, and I am confident that I will not be charged with a crime because I am innocent. Just like you, I am seeking answers from the U.S. Attorney about why.
She said she was innocent.
And why I was offered the opportunity to cooperate voluntarily. As I receive information from the FBI and the U.S. I am authorized. I will share it with you all. Nothing is going to distract me from building on the progress we have made in the last 18 months. I am going to focus on doing what I came to do.
The Hilton left today, Zenny. Progress.
Progress. I heard that.
Be a bankrupt city. Her last budget left us $117 million in the hole. We missed the public safety grant. People are getting shot and killed everywhere. All these businesses are leaving. Oakland's a laughingstock of the country. And she describes this as progress.
Yep.
So let me tell you about what we have been doing since Thursday. Operations of the city have continued without interruption, as they do every day, in the capable hands of our amazing city administrator, Justin Johnson.
Oh, who's going to throw him under the bus?
To Administrator Johnson and the entire
from Atlanta, who doesn't know fuck all about what he's doing.
Remaining focused,
total idiot.
dedicated to delivering services to the residents of Oakland. The work of making Oakland cleaner and safer continues. My role as your mayor continues. I will remain focused on supporting the city council as they vote to pass a balanced budget this week.
Balanced budget?
American Sports Entertainment Group.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
A balanced budget would address the structural deficit that are facing bankruptcy. So let's have a quick history lesson. And I have some questions for you because Zenny, you know your stuff. Okay. 2009, Oakland was facing bankruptcy.
Yep.
Who did they hire to negotiate with the bondholders and get us out of trouble? And the union to take concessions. What was his name?
Oh, gosh. Why do I want to say Henry was doing that? Henry Gardner.
I'm going to tell you who it was.
Okay. I don't remember.
Name.
Why do I not remember?
So, his name, you're going to know it right away. His name is Lamont Ewell.
Oh, yeah, my friend Lamont. Absolutely. Yeah, Lamont.
Of course you know
him. A brilliant city administrator. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So here's what he did. He negotiated with the bondholders. I'm going to make this quick to get back to the video.
Yes,
sir. He got us out of bankruptcy. 2012, I came to Oakland, and one of the first things that I had to do was negotiate the first round of bargaining agreements since Lamont in the city had set us on a different course by making the unions take concessions, by addressing the structural deficit problem, and then I helped undo it all. Why do you think we struck the Port of Oakland? Why do you think we struck Bud? Why do you think we struck Hayward? Why do we think we struck the city of Oakland? Because we were trying to take no concessions. So anyway, right now, Oakland needs to do the same thing to get out of bankruptcy, because if you go back to bankruptcy, you know who's going to be the big dog in the room, the bondholders. Who represents the bondholders? Wall Street. You're going to put...
Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec, yeah. Hey, buddy, can I call you back? Okay, cool. All right. All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, get back to the video. Sorry.
Let's do this because there's too many pauses. Let's let it play for a while, and then we'll get to it. All right. That way we maintain our audience and not piss them off anymore. All right. Here we go.
I will not allow for this historic investment in East Oakland to be derailed. And we will continue to address crime head on.
She's talking about AESEG now.
The timing of all this is troubling, and we should all be concerned. We now have an active recall campaign that is a waste of time and public resources. And I have questions that need to be answered. I want to know what probable cause that has. What evidence have they collected that justifies raiding the home of a sitting mayor without notice and without the courtesy of conversation? I want to know more about the handful of billionaires from San Francisco and from Piedmont who are hell-bent on running me out of office. I want to know why.
Did 41,000 people are billionaires? We have 41,000 billionaires? I didn't know that. Are you a billionaire? I'm not a billionaire. I don't know.
I want to know how the TV cameras knew to show up on my sleepy residential street so early in the morning to capture footage of the raid.
Because your neighbors called them.
Why?
I got calls from your neighbors the moment they knock on your door. Because guess what, lady? We know people in the
that
street.
they want to tell, to bend the facts to shape a narrative. I have a lot of questions and I will get answers. We all will get answers.
This is why her lawyer dropped her.
Like any mother, my first priority immediately following the FBI intrusion was to ensure that my son and I were safe. It's hard to imagine now.
Press pause.
By the time I first saw it, was that the FBI was at my door to help
me. Keep that in
me,
mind after she's done.
to protect me. Just hours prior, a small group of billionaires from Piedmont and San Francisco had succeeded in buying a recall election to oust me in November.
Wow,
And in doing so,
neighbors are bought off.
they're not only aiming to undermine the outcome of a fair and free election, but they empowered a dangerous man with a history of assault weapons violations to further attack me and my family.
Whoa, is that libel?
When the FBI broke into my house, I thought the worst had happened. That my choice to serve my city as a public official had threatened the physical safety of my family. My worst nightmare.
Victim.
But what it would turn out to be, a nightmare of a different
There you have it. That's the next step. Bravo.
not much shock. And your life has been turned upside down and in an instant. It is hard to know who you can trust. But what I do know is that this wouldn't have gone down the way it did if I was rich, if I had gone to elite private schools, or if I had come from money. I know that for sure because elected officials are sitting safely in their houses, in the hills right now with campaign finance violations of evidence that prove actual wrongdoing. Their front doors remain intact, their reputations preserved, their innocence presumed until proven guilty. They will never face this indignity.
Stop, lady.
I know because I was born here in America. That teaches you a lot about the world from day one. I know many of you know exactly how this feels.
She had lost it by this point.
Oh, yeah,
Sitting with your head in your hands, angry, scared to look too angry, in fear of how you might make the situation worse. Feeling the injustice in every bone in your body, knowing if you cry out and demand for answers, you will do nothing but cement the judgment they have rooted deep in their mind.
How many times did you do this in the mirror and then
I
still make
see you.
this horrible?
I really see you.
I see you. We see you.
Your mayor. I am the mayor to all the Oaklanders who work hard, who are working overtime to do the right thing and to make the world a better place. And no matter how hard you strive and push and fight and stay positive, and that you don't give up in yourself, and you know what you have to offer this world.
Tell me.
Well, guess what? I'm not going down like that. We're not going down like that. The people who voted for me deserve to have their voices heard and communities prioritized. I'm seeking the truth right now, just as much as you all are. But I will not be bullied, and I will not be disparaged, and I will not be threatened out of this office. There are a lot of radical right-wing forces who know they will never win an election. They know their extreme views are at odds with our Oakland values, but they have built the rules to protect and preserve their power and maintain dominance over the rest of us.
Oh, man.
We are a threat to that order. I know that. The people who supports me know that. You see, this was never going to be an easy fight. But I tell you, it's most definitely a fight worth winning. I will continue to lift up those most vulnerable, to lead by example, to prove that this system might not be designed for us, but we can and we will build a brighter future for
what is this corrupt lady talking about?
Mission as your mayor.
You don't take no questions.
Thank you for seeing me in this moment. One of the hardest moments of my life. I am a mother, a fighter, a survivor. And when my parents came to this country fleeing, they never could have imagined that their daughter would one day be mayor of Oakland. I am my ancestors' wildest dreams, and I am your mayor, Mayor Sheng Thao. Thank you.
Now, wow. I mean, my thought basically is, first of all, let me get the comments from other people. Yeah, she blocked sure. Let me get the rest of these. Hold on a second.
Oh, man. This is so great. I need an IRS hat and a U.S. Postal Service hat.
Yamani said, given Powell's personal history of trauma, one understands its enduring impact. This is a good point by Monty. But leading a major American city demands selflessness, clarity, vision, discipline, talent.
Very good point, Monty.
Yep.
Very good point.
Yep. Billionaires is San Francisco and Piedmont conspiring against the mayor of Oakland? This is absurd. I agree.
They don't talk about Quinn Delaney and Wayne Jordan when she has her fundraisers in Piedmont.
There you go, man. Hey, Dominic says, no, I was referring to the mayor pushing too much in her speech earlier. Oh, as far as too many pauses. Okay. Monty Mason says, why not the billionaires in the high Oakland Hills? They are going to let their Piedmont and San Francisco rivals outdo them. This is
tell them why you mad, Monty.
He writes. And then Beans Brown says, stop talking over her. It keeps cutting both of your audio out. Good point.
Oh, well, sorry. We all saw it, Beanie. We're doing the reaction
video. I apologize. But, it is a reaction video. Dominic says, yeah, she was completely lost it for sure at this point. See? Dan Adams says, Phil.
Ouch.
No, 51-50. I can't help it. No. Oh, man. But see, as I say that, I hate to. I mean, the thing about it, okay, is that's why she needs to resign, because she needs the time. She's been traumatized by this. So he's not far off when he says 5150. She's not there, but look, we expect our leaders to be strong in adversity. All right. I remember when we had the Loma Prieta earthquake, and Mayor Harris became the mayor. We had a lot of tragedy. We lost a few lives, thankfully. I was 89 earthquake, but that was actually before LEU. It was Lionel Wilson. But my point is, Lionel Wilson also was strong. And then the Oak Hills fire was LEU's time, and I wasn't working for LEU at the time. I didn't start working for LEU until '95. All right, but LEU stood tall, and he took all the slings and the bows and arrows and stood tall. Now, I argue that's not a male trait. That is a trait of a professional manager. It doesn't matter if it's Elihu or Robert Bobb as a city manager, or Camille Cates Barnett when she was city manager in Dallas many years ago when I was intern in the Dallas planning department at Pia Pereira. Man or woman, consummate professionals in the face of adversity stand tall, and she didn't do that. And I now,
well, Zenny, let me just say a few.
Dude, I just want to say, I really feel for her because I do like her as a person. Okay, I don't know what she's done. Yeah, I do. I don't. Look. Part of this is I'll be 62. I come from an era where you can argue with your friends and you're still your friends, right? I don't do it. Younger folks, they were a little bit different, even if they're maybe 15 years younger.
No. What about she's corrupt? She's harming the city.
I'm not saying she's not, but I'm saying that, look, that doesn't mean I'm going to hate her personally. It means I believe she can be fixed. All right?
No, I'm not friends with her.
Let me explain what I'm talking about. When I was leaving UTA to come back to Berkeley or Bay Area, right? I had a friend, but he believed that this is 1985. He believed the South African apartheid regime was a good thing. He was a white, we would now call white right winger. Okay,
but that's a belief. That's not an active assault on people who are losing businesses. And
I understand. You're right.
I don't want to. It's all good. I get what you're saying.
No. Let me finish my point, though. Okay, I didn't dismiss him as a friend. I didn't make fun of him. You know what I did? I said, "Hey, can I talk to you about the opposing my point of view and how a person like me feels?" And this is the pre-internet time. And he said, "Yeah." I said, "We did it over pool." I didn't lose a single pool game. And the last one before I came back, I ran the table on him. And at the end of that game, he said, "You know what? You've been talking." So wait. He said to me, "You're a friend. You know what? I changed my mind. You're absolutely right."
Let's look.
That's all I'm saying, man.
I get it. Let's get back. I want to know your thoughts on this situation. Why do you think her lawyer dropped her?
Because she went off the rails. If you show control in the face of adversity, she didn't do that.
Do you think that she actually really did do this press conference without telling him her talking points?
No, I think he wrote something for her to do because he said at the advice of my attorney, right? That's what they said, which means he knew about it. But I talked to him, and I said basically she took your words, but then she tossed them. He didn't object. He didn't disagree with me. He didn't say no, Zane, that's not what happened.
Do you think it was her delivery that was an issue, not the content?
I think it was both. They didn't rehearse her. It begs to question what they were doing in 4 days, 3 or 4 days they had to prep.
Good point.
See? So I mean it's like, hey, what were you guys doing all that time?
The whole weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Who's that in the back?
Jason.
Show your face, man. Come over.
Hey.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
You didn't turn your paper in on Friday. You can do it Monday.
Thank you.
But Monday it still sucked.
So I want to know. So here's my thoughts on it.
Yes.
The way that she tries to casually dismiss the first recall in Oakland's history and brush it aside like somebody fought it. Let me give you the facts for people who are listening who may not understand just how historic this moment is. I believe that by all identifiable metrics, this is the most successful ballot initiative in the history of California. Not just a recall, any ballot initiative. And here's why. We filed with 80% over the minimum. We did it 7 weeks early, and we met the coveted prima facie. What that means is they didn't even count our ballots. They didn't even go through them one by one because they took a sample size and we overperformed in that sample size so significantly, 118% to be exact, when the threshold is 110% from that 5% poll, statistically. I've never seen anything like it. And what that means is this. Oaklanders have a healthy appetite to recall Thao. We want her gone. Before the FBI raid was announced, we met this threshold. Before, after only cemented to many people that this lady is just something wrong with her. She's an illegitimate mayor. She didn't file on time. She's always late with her homework. She couldn't even answer with her own 200-word statement against the recall. That's another first. I don't know any recall in the history of California where the person didn't issue their own 200-word statement. Pam Price did. She said it was racist or something like that in so many words, right? So Thao said nothing. She said we're losers, and then she tried to walk it back later. She's always late. She's always tardy with her responses, significantly tardy.
But also divisive.
Tardy person, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so, but also divisive and insulting, and we haven't had that as a mayor. Now, I talked to a friend of mine who disagrees. He mentioned John Redding, but I wasn't around when John Redding. Well, I was alive, but I wasn't in Oakland. I was too young to be aware of John Redding. He wasn't. So my point is, this is not something you do, and it is. Well, I don't want to use that term because it's very inappropriate, and I'll very delightful not to do that. But it is nonetheless.
You like your baller's hat, Jason.
Yeah, it was nice, man. Ballers. But it's sad, Seneca and Jason. It's just sad, man. It's sad for me to be near tears, frankly, to see my city go through this. We don't deserve it. We've been through enough, and that's what
Oakland deserves better.
Yeah, Oakland deserves better. Let me get to C. Joyner says, "How arrogant." Yeah, well, Monty says, "Yes, Donald Trump gets away with class and race privilege." Shocked. We're all shocked. Really, how on earth is this relevant to the Tao's particular situation? Well,
doing Darvo.
Well, I think she's the one who mentioned it, though. I mean, but I think
we're all radical right wingers.
I don't think that's what, right. I don't think that's what Monty is saying. I think Monty is saying, how is that relevant to her situation? Why would she mention that, right? Because she's the one who brought it up.
I don't know, man. She's crazy, bro. Monty's crazy. Okay, she has problem. But anyway, I want to talk about this.
Okay,
Pat Brooks is going off the rails right now. She's losing her mind. She's usually a coherent writer. She can't even put. You want to see the tweet she said? You want me to show it?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. So here's what my question.
You say this, okay? And I just, all right. There's negative energy there that really does make me sick to my stomach. And
they're a little cuckoo. All of them are going crazy.
Well, my point is, that's their thing, and I invited them on to the show if they want to. If they say no, fine.
They'll never come on and face the music.
I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and I believe there is a certain control that one needs to conduct themselves with at all times, particularly if they aspire to be, as she did, running for mayor, an elected official. And that's all I'll say about that and about her. But that's a negative energy I do not want.
Moving on. So this year's election cycle, very important to Oakland.
Yeah.
How do you think that this impact will have on Remember, we have districts 1, 3, 5, 7, at large, and city attorney in play. The majority of our electorate. How do you think this is going to influence other regressive or progressive candidates? Are they going to align themselves and double down on supporting Thao?
No, they're running away from Sheng. And a number of council members have said privately they want her to resign. This is a whole new world. Whole new world of people that came up in Oakland, that went through programs like Emerge for Women, which is a fantastic program for professional women. There is a professional process way we're supposed to run cities. And this regime has ignored it. Okay? It is not the way we do it at all. At all. So what do you think? Seneca, what do you think? What's your call? Hey, Seneca, what's your call on it?
We're gonna pop Ghost Town.
Yeah, what's your call?
Okay, I found this on the web for Hey Seneca, what's your call on? Check it out.
That was Siri. But Siri, what's your call? That's my artificial intelligence. What's your call on this? What do you think?
What's that?
Your question you asked me back to you. What do you think? How does this affect the election from your point?
I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna affect the election because I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna use it because I run Oakland. Don't you know I'm the mayor of Gotham, Oakland? So here's how we're gonna use it. The progressives have failed. There's a continuity of failed policy. There are people who passed it, people who authored it. Those people are Nikki Bass, Carol Fife, Rebecca Kaplan, Dan Cobb, Nikki Fortunato Bass, and Sheng Thao. And all of them are done. I don't care if they try to run from Thao now. It's too late. You supported this lady up until the time the FBI was knocking on their door. So they're going to make them fight each other and throw each other under the bus. But most importantly, we're going to use this moment to finally educate voters about exactly what went wrong since 2018 when Nikki Bass got elected. That's when these problems started. We were on an upward trajectory until Bass got elected and Fife got elected. We were on an upward trajectory.
I want to say one thing about Nikki.
And Thao.
This is a very clinical take. Clinical and analytical.
Very much so.
She is not lost. And my prediction is that regardless, she's going to win Alameda County Supervisor for one reason. She has a virtuoso way of running a campaign.
Oh, no, she's winning. She's winning.
Organized.
She's going to kick Bowder's ass. Bowder sucks.
Yeah. She's a
man, he's done. He's washed. So, we're not going to beat Nikki this time. We're going to get her soon.
Here's the wild card. If Bonners figures out a creative way to tie her to all this and communicate it through television and online, with videos on commercials on YouTube, then can she lose? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So she's not, her best move might be to resign.
I mean, I think that she can't resign because she's poor. She spent all her money on a $100,000 Mercedes. She doesn't budget well. Look, the way she runs the city is the way she runs her life. If she can't file for a public safety grant on time, if she can't file her papers for mayor on time, if she can't file a response to her recall on time, she's probably not paying her bills on time. Who owns that house she's living in? The people who are being investigated. Did she really pay them for it?
Oh, but I'm talking about Nikki Fortunato Bass.
I'm talking about Thao.
Right, I know, but I was talking about Nikki Bass in terms of when I said she's runs a formidable campaign.
No, she's gonna win. I agree with that.
Yeah,
she's gonna win. Yeah, we're moving on. She's gonna win.
Am I getting old? No. Anyway, you know what 62 is? It's 26 backwards, putty. Don't forget it.
Oh, he's young, man. He's young to do like 80. But hey, I got to get going soon. We got like 5 more minutes. Anything else you want to ask me? Wrap it.
This is great. Yeah, I'm just listening to these comments. She said so little for using so many words. She obviously got approval from a 7th grade drama teacher. This hacked and imagined cookie cutter speech. Wow. The FBI hat. He likes the FBI hat. Monty Mason says Lionel Wilson, L.U. Harris, Jerry Brown, Libby Schaff. Don't forget Gene Kwan. Don't forget before that. Don't forget Ron Dellums. Agree or disagree with them. They turned around Oakland and painstakingly made it a cultural powerhouse. Leadership. Yep, I agree. Consider Thao gone. Oakland gets a new mayor after November, period. Hopefully Oakland gets one as tough as former mayors Harris and Wilson were in their time. Gerald Pershuk says, what was Sheng talking about John Fisher? Oh, I'll do it. That's a separate one, okay? We can talk a lot about that, and we should. But I want to do my buddy a disservice here. Monty Mason said, although you did ask me about that, didn't you? Or did you? Okay, we'll figure it out. Going down a MAGA-esque conspiratorial wormhole will compel any sane attorney to pay. Oh my lord. Ronnie Brown says, love Jason's ballers hat. Yeah. Ed with the 1.99 bomb and the super sticker. Ed. Thank you, Ed.
Splendid. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. Dominic Harris. Oakland deserves way better than this. I agree. And he says, no, they won't show. Well, talking about Cat Brooks. Well, I put it out there. I've asked. The last time I asked, this is what happened last time I asked Kat. I was just joking with Kat because I actually like her, okay? Because I've never said anything bad about her on my broadcast. And now she was like, well, but this is what she does of late, okay? I jokingly said, hey, if you don't come on, I'm going to impersonate you and put on a wig and say the things I think you might say. And you know what? She actually said that I was mean. I was attacking women and demeaning them.
You say you like these people and they're your friends. That's your friends. You like them. They're not my friends. I don't like them. I think they're bad people.
Yeah, but I like I said, how I am. I like to just move on. What was that old song? Float on. Float on. Gary Thrash says, when I moved to Oakland in the 90s, I thought this was the coolest damn city I'd ever been to. It's extremely upsetting to see Oakland go through all this. Here. Dominic says, they've been ignoring it too many times. Yep. Beans Brown says, I think there's a final nail for the mayor. Her speech tonight confirms that she knows she's done. She's degenerate and barking like a cornered dog. Tell us how you really feel. F says, why did she feel the need to demand a $75,000 raise after 6 months in office? Riddled with failure after failure. We live here. We see this madness. She wanted the gig. Her tenure is a joke. 300-1416 says, I think you tabled that well, Cat Brooks, but Mr. Scott, you're right. Beans Brown says Carol Fife is self-serving and unhinged too. Well, that's the thing. I had one great conversation with Carol Fife. I told Seneca this. I have never actually met her in person because of the pandemic overlapping everything. So I hope one day I get to meet the real Carol.
Make sure her boyfriend don't try to beat you up.
No, I don't. Look, I made a video saying, hey, man, we're both black, man. I listen to your stuff. I agree with a lot of it. So there. Okay? That's it. I mean, I don't want to. We've talked about this privately. I neither have the time nor the inclination to argue with other black folks. I think it's ridiculous. I don't like it. Our numbers not rising where they are. We are the slowest rising income group of all in the United States. And we have to do all this stuff. We got to be getting it together, buttoning it up, being as one. I'm not talking about personally. You can marry who you want to, but, professionally and everything else, and move forward. All this other stuff's like, forget it. She's done, period. He's absolutely right. The progressives have failed. Yeah, well, I'm a progressive too, just not their kind. They think I'm a right winger. Think about that. See, I think I'm a progressive, but they think I'm right wing. Thank you for the 2-bomb. The law exists and it needs to be enforced. There's no other way we will further defend this Mad Max. Yes, that's a good call. Mad Max insanity. And he's going. That's one. Seneca, thank you, man. That's a lot of fun. God bless you. That was cool. And Jason?
Next time, Denny.
You got it, bro. Don't be a stranger.
Okay, well, up.
All right, come back and talk football. And baseball. All right. Live long and prosper, guys. All right, live long and prosper, everybody. You guys don't have to move a word. Hey, folks, that ends this broadcast stream. And remember, subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube. Bookmark ZennyReport.com. and zenny62blog.com. And visit our website. Hey, if you want to get your own story out there, mainstream media is not telling it the way you want, bring it to us. We'll tell your story for you. Many times. We will make you into a place where people hear your side. You have that right. Especially today, because the mainstream media gets paid like that too, right? But they're like, oh no, we're journalists. The San Francisco Chronicle made $7 million on 46 Mile alone. And yet, right? Did their union know that? Do you know that 46 Mile has an ad out right now against Ben Bartlett? Why are they doing that? If you type Ben Bartlett, they bring up an 8-year-old article that SF Gate / Chronicle wrote about him saying to a Berkeley police officer, hey, I'm a councilman. Why run that? Why run that?
Why? Because these people run headlines and attack people.
No, get this.
Hey, I gotta run, Jimmy.
Whoa, 5 seconds. You know who's paying for that? A client of 46 Mile. They won't tell us who. All right, man. Hey, I'm closing everybody out. Thank you for the discussion, everybody. That ends this broadcast stream. Thank you, Seneca. Thank you.